So let's say this glass of drink is you. This is you. And all of your boldness or quietness or quirkiness or weirdness or whateverness, all of the uniqueness that makes up you is this liquid in this glass, right? Everything that you are, everything that makes you get on people's nerves, everything that people love about you, everything that you probably wish you could change, everything that you love, everything that you got from your mama, you got from your daddy, you got from your auntie, you got from your drunk uncle, all the stuff that you carry, all of the experiences that you carry up until this point, it's this. And you walk around being this, doing your thing, going to work, calling in sick, and then going to happy hour or whatever it is that you're doing. And you want to be a part of something. You want to feel like you are a part of something. So as you walk around and you move through your days and through your life, your alert is on. You're looking for a place, a space to fit in. And so maybe you stumble upon a space and the other people that are in that space seem cool enough, You're like, okay, well, I think they might be all right and they seem good and everybody has a nice car and they have a nice job and, I went to their house and it was nice. So you decide you want to be a part of that space. And this is the space. This is the space. So you already know that you will not be able to bring your whole self into the space. But you really want to fit in to the space. So instead of deciding that that's not the space for you, you will comport yourself and shrink yourself down so that you can fit in to the space. So that means you had to leave a whole lot of your quirkiness and weirdness and loudness and boldness and quietness and everything else. You had to leave a whole lot of that behind in order to fit in. You had to reshape your form in order to fit in to the space that you wanted to be a part of, in order to fit into the space that looked like it could give you everything that you need and want. So when you show up, because you are not showing up complete, you're kind of frustrated, but you try to hide it. And you're resentful, so you always in a bad mood. And you always have something negative to say. And you just always upset for no reason. And you don't really know why. You just know every time you get in that space with those people who at one point you thought could give you what you were looking for, you realize that you don't even really like who you are when you're around them. You don't like who you are when you're in that space because you always angry and you don't even recognize yourself. That's because you left everything that made you who you are and everything that made you unique and beautiful and awesome and amazing. You left those things behind in order to fit. So when I say it's not your job to fit in, it's your job to belong, I want you to think about how you may have changed your shape in order to fit with the mindsets, the ideals, the beliefs, the attitudes, the behaviors of a space that you didn't have any part in designing, but you realized that in order to fit, you had to change who you were. And you realize that you don't really like how you show up when you're in that space, even though you fit, even though from the outside looking in, it looks like you're winning. But you know deep down that you don't like the person you've become. You don't like the way you show up when you're in that space, because everything that made you, you had to trim off, or you can't really show up in the fullness of you. You can't really express your real feelings because you'll be judged, or because you'll be talked about, or because you deep down know you can't trust that space with the truth of who you are. I want to invite you to be willing to go through the process to find a space where you belong. Recognize that you are not being served by fitting in.